Hey everyone, welcome to Femme Fables. Megan here, and today I have James with me. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. So we are talking today about the guy's perspective on dating apps. So my last episode, I talked about dating apps. I rate them, reviewed them, kind of talked about some funny messages I've received from men on dating apps. Yeah, they're by funny I mean inappropriate, very inappropriate messages. Yeah, fair. So I wanted to get James on, so we will talk about dating apps, kind of his view, a male's perspective, which I'm always curious about. So we will go ahead and get started. So we actually met on Bumble? Was it Bumble?
I don't know what we met on.
I'm pretty sure it was Bumble. I've never done Tinder.
Tinder is the worst.
Tinder is the worst. I talk about in the last episode, I think I went like 10 hours on Tinder and then I deleted it. I couldn't handle it. It was too much. It was no bueno.
I don't like Bumble either.
You don't?
I deleted Bumble.
So which ones are you on?
I am just on Hinge and Facebook.
Okay, the Facebook dating app. Okay, so
Facebook is sketchy too.
I realize that now. I paused my profile on Facebook because I was like, this is kind of, I don't know, it was just weird.
Okay.
Right? I can't explain it. Like, I guess sketchy, but
The thing is with my dating apps is I used to, you know how you could set distance?
Yep.
I set my distance like 5 miles radius.
5 miles? That's like...
I hated scrolling and like swiping. I was like, this is too
So
much.
you're like, I'm limiting it to 5 miles because that will narrow it down quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
So what area do you live in?
Carewood.
Okay, so I did prep James with some questions so he didn't come in here totally blindsided by my questions. So we talked about, first question was dating apps. So Hinge, Facebook. I like Hinge the best.
Hinge has probably been my most successful. I don't know, like the word successful is right.
I feel like it has more quality people. Like
Yes.
you probably met more quality.
Yes.
It's not about quantity because it's not a swipe app. Like
No.
I feel like it's more quality. Like I had the best dates on Hinge. Like as far as like this person's pretty normal.
Okay.
They seem stable,
I can see that.
right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know if from a male's perspective do you get the same thing on Hinge from like women?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think it's a little more real, unlike Tinder or Bumble. Like, for some reason, I think Bumble is kind of like on par with Hinge, but I just like I never got any likes. I'm like, so I might bump this.
Really?
But like
You
Hinge,
never know?
no.
I'm shocked actually. You're like, so am I. I'm also shocked that I didn't get any luck.
But I was just like, I'm not gonna waste my time on this app. And they just give you so limited like swipes. I don't know if they do that for women too. Do they give you like a limit of like how many like
On Bumble?
likes? Yeah, on Bumble and Hinge.
Hinge, yes. It'd be like
Okay.
you're done with your likes for the day or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because they want your money.
Right. That does annoy me about some of the stuff. It's like, okay, you just want my money.
Yeah.
Like kind of thing versus like, are you really trying to help people find
Yeah.
quality people, you know, or a relationship? So, okay. So Hinge, Facebook dating app. On Hinge, it doesn't see, that's the thing. On Hinge, it doesn't ask what you're looking for. So are you looking for a relationship?
I think if you go into any dating app with the idea of either looking for love or a relationship, you're probably gonna get bummed. That's my experiences with dating apps.
So you're saying go in with low expectations.
Super low.
Okay.
You won't get
guess so.
disappointed.
Okay. But what do you ideally want at the end of the day?
I mean, just someone to good energies from,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, and just go from there. I don't like expect to marry this person first date. I just want to see where it goes, see how their vibes are.
Yeah.
I think that could lead to either a friendship or maybe a relationship. Because
Okay.
I don't know how I can say this, but there's a few of my clients that I've met on dating apps. Like, we never went on a date. They're like, if we're not going to go on a date, can I go work out with you? I was like, okay. And that just led to a friendship.
So for people, so what he's talking about, so James has fitness.
I have an outdoor gym in Tampa.
Yep.
And I kick butts for a living. So
Yes.
that's fun.
I saw you doing box hops backwards.
Oh,
I think, which
They're
is
like-
impressive. I don't even like box hops forwards, let alone fucking backwards.
like, try it. I was like, okay.
I was like, oh my god, that's impressive. Like,
Yeah.
So I remember, I think when we met on a dating app years ago,
Years.
just before I moved away. to Nashville. So 3
3 years ago.
3 years ago,
Okay.
right? So I think you had said like one of your clients was working out with you at that point,
Yeah.
like that you met on a dating app
Yeah.
kind of thing. All right, so you're all about. You're not going into it super like I need to find a relationship. Or I want a relationship. I want to vibe with the person.
Yeah.
See where it goes. Could be friends. Could be nothing. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So as far as qualities you're looking for, like, so when you're looking at a girl's profile,
Yeah.
what are you looking for?
I think we're human, so I think we
Yeah.
find attractiveness, and then we seek from there. So if I'm swiping or Xing or checking, I think I always look for attractiveness first. If I find the person
Okay, so
attractive,
physically attracted to the person. Okay.
if they're like in the middle of the road, like not so bad, and then I start reading their profile. I'm like, oh, they kind of have the same likes as I do, and then I swipe.
Okay. So
right?
if they're like a 6 or a 7
Yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10, and then you're like, okay, we have some stuff in common,
Yeah.
that'll nudge you a little bit
Yeah, definitely.
to the like
So
stage.
like
Okay.
situation.
What if, so we talked about, or I mentioned, what if they don't have any full body photos?
That's a big no for me.
That's like every guy I've talked to is like, I get that because you're like, okay.
Because I've been bamboozled before.
But you like curvy women though.
Yeah, I don't mind that, but
Yeah.
I want to know before.
Okay. Like you want to be like,
Yeah.
just show. And I mean, I tell my friends, like, have a full body photo.
Yeah.
You are who you are. They're going to, if you eventually meet in person, they're going to see your body.
Yeah.
So.
You want them to know what you look like
Right.
whole body at least. It doesn't have to be a bathing suit picture. Just just show
Yeah,
your body.
I don't have any bathing suit photos. No.
No like booty pics. I'm just kidding.
No. No.
Okay.
No. I have full body photos,
Okay.
like, but not.
Where's your at? You should pull up your dating app. I'll show you mine.
It's on my phone.
Oh, it
now.
is.
We're recording on my phone, but I
Okay.
want to see your dating app still.
I'll show you mine.
All right. Big no. So if you see, so what if they look thin and they only have like shoulder up?
That's a big no for me too.
So you're still like, I want a full body photo.
Because then I'm like, what are you hiding?
Do you have a shirtless photo on yours? Okay, so
I'll show you.
I was gonna throw this up on the YouTube video, the photo of you at the beach the other day.
Oh,
So
dang.
James has the most abs I've ever seen on somebody. Like, it's not natural that you have this many abs in your body, but he's also vegan, and I feel like that's what happens when you eat just like dirt and lettuce.
Veggies,
And
please.
I know you don't just eat that. I actually see the food you make and it actually looks pretty good.
Thanks. I enjoy
You were
it.
supposed to bring me some vegan food. What happened?
Time got
Didn't
cut short.
happen.
Next time, if you have
Yeah.
me back on, I'll bring you some.
I'll
food,
definitely have you back on, especially if there's food involved.
sure. Exactly.
So, all right, sexy photos. Deal breaker or not? What about like my favorite is the ass on the sink looking
Oh,
back
jeez.
in the mirror. Like,
That means she has no butt.
oh yeah, because they're like propping it up on the sink
So then
to
I
make
get
it look
I get-
like they have a butt. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Usually it's either to like, if she doesn't really have a booty, then she's doing that. But I think it depends on where they place the sexy photo at. Is it
Okay.
the first picture? Or like me, I keep it for like the latter end.
Okay. Let
So
me
if
see
you look
your
at
photos.
mine, it's just this like,
Okay.
That's
that's
my first
you.
picture.
Yeah.
the dogs,
The
second
dogs,
picture.
of course.
Motivational clip, third.
Yeah.
And then if you get that far, get the abs.
Okay. Yeah. Look at your. Come on now.
You get the abs.
If you make it that far, you get the abs. Here come the abs.
I think if you're comfortable with your body, you might as well show it off. It doesn't have to be too risque, but if you're comfortable showing just a little skin, then just do it. I
So
mean, I do it, so I can't really like
Right,
say.
you can't fall right. You're basically in nothing but shorts.
Nothing
in
but
that
shorts.
sport. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. Send me that photo.
Okay.
So they can see. But okay, so the reason why I ask is because we were having huge debate about this
Okay.
the other day amongst women, and I'm obviously very well endowed up top.
Yes.
So
Do you feature that in yours?
I try not to actually, and that was the debate.
You don't have any low cut? Low cut? You don't show any cleavage?
No, I don't. Hold on.
Not any like.
So I deleted Hinge and got back on recently.
Okay.
The last one I had a bathing suit photo where I had a plunge neck
Okay.
bathing suit. So I mean you could see them. And that
Okay.
was the debate was should you put? Does that give the connotation that you're either easy or just looking for sex? I'm very feminist in this regard, as far as like you should be comfortable in.
For sure.
Just because you show cleavage doesn't mean
Yeah.
you're just looking to have sex.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're on the same page. I'm trying to think.
There's a difference between like one picture and then like every single one of your pictures
That I agree,
being
right.
like a bathing suit or just like lingerie or something like that.
Do
But
women
then-
have lingerie photos?
But if they have that, make sure you X, because they're probably just either like OnlyFans like trying to lurk you.
Oh,
or
yeah, I was
they're
gonna ask you
bots.
about that. Okay, so I think that was one of my questions. So we'll get to that now.
Okay.
Is the OnlyFans thing and women asking for money? I've had men tell me women have asked them for money, or they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to move to the area and I just need help moving," or
love it.
has that happened? Like, is that a real thing?
It is a real thing, but I appreciate the hustle, so I don't knock it.
You're like, good for you. If
Yeah.
You're trying to.
If you can use the dating app to like get more like followers on your OnlyFans, do it.
And I know people do that for Instagram too,
Oh, yeah.
like for Instagram followers
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I like the ones that are upfront about it. That you know on Hinge you could like write a little something. They're like OnlyFans, or they leave their Venmo or
Oh.
Cash App.
Really?
Yeah. You're like, yeah, here's my Cash App, here's my Venmo. If you want to send me something, you should be doing this.
My God, I could quit my job. No, I'm just kidding. Like,
I believe there's some dudes that will like either send some money because they have the expendable income, or they just want to support. And maybe that's it.
so like they're legit on dating apps, and then they'll message and be like, "Here's my Venmo if you want to send me money."
No, it's usually on their like profile.
Oh, okay. Like,
Yeah.
cash at me.
Yeah. Just here's my Cash App. Here it is.
Holla at your girl. Send me some money.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I am
if there's some money
missing
went through.
fucking out, man. Okay. All right. What about filters? Like, you can tell that it's clearly all filtered photos. Instagram filters or...
I'm gonna tell you a story.
Ooh, okay. That's what this is all about. Tell me the story.
There was this girl was interested in like. First thing, if you meet someone on any dating app, get their either the Instagram or their Snapchat
Okay.
straight away.
Why?
Because I think that verifies if they're real or not.
Okay.
And then once you get that information, if you check their Instagram or their Snapchat, and you see that maybe they have a little bit of pictures on Instagram, maybe they're like all recent pictures, like they're all dated like fairly recent, then they're probably fake.
Okay.
And then if you add them on Snapchat and they have like how those numbers on Snapchat,
Yeah.
if they have very low numbers on that too, they might be fake too.
What if you have really high numbers like you do?
At least you know they're real.
Yeah, who are you're Snapchatting everybody. So I don't know if everybody knows that. Like, you get a Snapchat point for
Yeah.
everyone you send, everyone you receive,
In my defense,
and that's a red flag for me. I was like, if a guy has
What?
more than like 20,000
But when
Snapchat points,
but when did you get Snapchat?
you have 140,000.
But when did you get
Snapchat?
I got Snapchat like way back in the day.
Okay, so how long have you been on Snapchat?
For a while now. Probably 8 years?
What?
Yeah.
Snapchat hasn't been around in 8
Check
years.
it.
Oh, damn it, my phone is recording this episode. I can't look. All right, I'll give you a pass then on your Snapchat.
But there's some females I see with 40K, 400,000.
Yeah, and they're sending
A lot
all
of
their stuff to
See,
everybody.
if it's that high, and then I get kind of worried.
I was like, that's pretty. That's
For
I've never
400
seen that before.
I've seen that.
Over 400,000 Snapchat
Yeah.
points.
That's crazy.
They might as well have an OnlyFans. Like,
I mean, I'm
they
sure, I'm
probably
sure they
do.
do.
All right, so was that the story?
Well, we like exchange
Okay.
information on like we got each other snaps, and like I would send her snaps, and then
Okay.
she would send me snaps, but they would always be filtered on them. I'm like, maybe
Which
that's-
now you can see on Snapchat when somebody
Yeah,
sends
yeah,
it
yeah.
tells you what filter they use.
I like kind of noticed there were filters. I'm like, maybe she doesn't look like that off from her like filter self. But then I went on a date with her. I went on a date to a place here called some restaurant in St. Pete.
Okay.
And then I saw her and I was like, oh snap, she does not look how she looks.
No pun intended. Snapchat. You
Yeah,
get that?
exactly.
Sorry.
I was it was the first time like I'm like, dang, did I get catfished?
Was that bad? Like,
It wasn't too
well,
bad.
you could recognize her.
I
You're like,
recognized her.
okay, this, but
Her face was definitely not like how I perceived in her profile or like the picture she was sending me. So if she's sending you, or if a guy sent, I don't know if guys send like filters. Do guys send filters?
So I haven't had a guy send a filter through Snapchat, but I've seen profiles with Snapchat filters.
What?
Yes, it's the weirdest fucking thing. I think I talked about it on my dating app red
Okay.
flags. Like, and I mean legit, like the ones with the flowers in the hair.
Jesus.
Right? I was like, what the fuck are you doing right now? Like, what? Like,
That's
what?
interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a date. We had dinner, and then that was the last time I saw her.
Was she nice at least?
She was cool.
Yeah. Aw. But you weren't attracted to her?
Nah. We had a good dinner. I paid for it,
Oh, it's nice.
and then I left.
And then I left. And then I never talked to her
I
again.
hugged her. I was like, "See you later."
Peace out. Okay. So,
So beware of filters, and just make sure either if you're a guy watching this and she's sending you like a bunch of filter pictures, tell her to send you without one. The thing is, like Snapchat too, they could send you pictures that act like snaps, but they could be fake.
right. Well, yeah, from their camera roll
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
But sometimes it's like sent through like Snapway. I'm like, that's kind of like, how do they do that?
Really?
It's not just a
I
picture
haven't
that
seen
they send.
Oh,
So they get
Sneaky.
tricky.
that is tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to some guys that are like, if I see a girl's all filtered on her profile, like I'll usually swipe
Exactly.
because clearly she, you know, not looking. Did I look like my profile when you met me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I expected what I saw.
All right, good. All right. So the next question is, do you even read what women put on their profile? Or is it just all about the physicality?
I don't know how this is gonna make me sound,
It's all right, you be honest, that's what it's all about.
but I swipe like I X a lot on Hinge,
Okay.
like a lot.
So you're not using the heart very much, you're using the X.
No, very much so.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's just based on looks. I think it is. But if I find someone like, you know, we talked about before, like someone who's attractive, maybe like a 6'7", not just like out of this world, like a 10, like damn, I want her.
Mm-hmm.
I usually read. There's some vegans out there. I try to match.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because you're like few and far between.
I'm like, we're a breed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sometimes I read through that and just like see what they're about. And hey, I have that similar interest. And sometimes, you know how they have like they write a saying instead of a picture. I usually like those instead of a picture.
Okay.
Do you like those?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I try to be witty and funny and
Okay.
you know add some personality to my profile,
I like it.
you know, kind of thing. So, like one of my questions on Hinge is, we're the same kind of weird if not knowing the parking situation at a place gives you anxiety.
Oh, hell
'Cause
yeah.
that shit gives me anxiety. It
does.
If I don't know,
I
like
hate
I
it.
will Google image map that shit. Like, what's
Next
the
level.
parking lot look like? Because it gives me anxiety.
That's why I hate going to
Like-
downtown.
Oh, it's rough.
So like,
Yeah.
you never know where you're gonna park at.
Yeah,
And I'm just
exactly.
like driving around full of anxiety.
Yeah. No, that shit gives me anxiety. So stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know. And then like one of my questions was like, who do you think made the best Batman?
Oh,
Like,
that's good.
who do you think made the best Batman?
Who do I think?
I still have that Batman condom I bought for you in London. I'm gonna give it to you.
Yes.
He likes Batman. That's why.
I think Christian Bale.
Really, I hated Christian Bale. Michael Keaton. I think
He
because
was
I
a-
grew up with Michael Keaton, that is like my Batman. Christian Bale had that weird raspy, like
That's
it
the
was
only
overkill.
thing. That's the one I like disliked.
Okay, if
Everything else was awesome.
if he had scratched that
Yeah.
over raspy voice, like I probably could have been okay with it. But Michael Keaton still is,
Michael
but
Keaton's
probably
a-
because that's the one I grew up with.
Yeah, I grew up. I saw that Batman movies when I
Yeah.
was growing up too. He was legit. But I just think how they made the trilogy of that one, mainly 1 and 2 of the recent trilogy of Batman, were pretty legit.
Yeah.
So that's
No, the movies were good. Christian Bale annoyed me with his voice, but I agree. If he had taken that out, then he
Yeah.
went a little overkill on that.
exactly.
All right. I already asked if a woman's asked you for money. Sex on the first date.
It's happened.
Well, we had sex the first time we met. We're just
Yes.
gonna totally blatant honesty on this show,
It's
and we didn't even go on a date.
No.
Yeah, I actually I told you I talked about it on an episode. I made sure he was comfortable with me mentioning this, but like you came over to my house, we hung out for a little bit,
What were we watching?
we hooked up. I don't even remember.
I think it's like a Wolverine movie.
It might have been.
X-Men?
I think it was X-Men.
It was like Logan. I think
Yeah.
it was.
Right. It's a good
So,
lead
I
up.
remember watching some Logan.
And then yeah, we hooked up, and then we hung out for a little bit, and then you left, and that was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just didn't leave. I had dogs at home.
You stayed for a little while after,
Yeah.
briefly, but then you
Then
left,
got
and
late.
then yeah, we never saw each other again.
But then you moved.
I did move away.
We made plans. But then, like, let's turn it on you.
Okay. It's how the tables turn.
I think we planned on hanging out before you moved away to Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
But then you're like, I want more than just like a hookup.
I did say that, which
so-
was true.
I was like, okay,
Yeah, I was like, let's go out like on a date.
yeah. But it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, and then I moved away. Okay, fair. Fair. All right. So if you're really interested in a girl and she has sex with you on the first date, is that a deal breaker as far as you wanting to see her again? Like, you're like, okay, that was too easy. Because it's all about, right, you hear about men like the chase, men like the hunt. Like,
Since you could, that's a hard one. I think it depends on the person.
okay.
If you're going to a dating app just thinking like, damn, she's attractive, but we don't have anything kind of like anything in common, maybe just a hookup could happen. But I don't think that's a deal breaker.
Okay, so it wouldn't prevent you from going out with a girl again or seeing her as potential relationship material.
True.
It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter.
Okay.
But the thing, for me, it seems like the times where I don't have sex in the first date usually lead to future dates. Does that make
But
sense?
when you do have it, it seems like there are no future dates.
But it seems like it's either both ends. It's either me maybe not like being about it, or like I try to connect with the person again and it doesn't happen.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like it's a two-way street, I think.
Okay. Fair. I'm just curious because like you hear, oh well, what's the saying, like, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Yeah.
That's the saying, right? So or men like the chase. So once you give it to them and they don't have that hunt instinct anymore, they kind of are just like, oh well, you
Yeah.
know. But it's funny. I've had sex on the first date and been with somebody for 2 years.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I mean? I've had sex on the first date, never saw the person again.
Okay.
Like, you know, I waited
Yeah.
to have sex and then it still didn't work out.
Oh,
so, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I think it's
I
just a
think it
vibe.
just depends.
Yeah.
Right. So, one of the last questions I had was, tell me the worst date you've ever been on.
Worst date ever been on?
I hear some crazy ass stories from men about, like, some guy was telling me the other day about a date he went on where the girl was like drunk and high and couldn't stand up straight. Yeah. I was like, what? It's like, is this my competition? Like,
Drunk
I'm
and
not
high.
sure why I'm still single at this point.
I'm trying to think what's the worst date scenario where I was just like, I want to be out of here ASAP. There's some. Let's go to sidetrack this. There's sometimes I like invited a female over,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very much introvert, so I like my alone time.
Yeah.
And if somebody overextends their stay, and then I get mad, but I don't try to like show it. I just know that that's the cutoff.
You're like, it's time for you to leave
Yeah.
now.
Like you're just chilling. Even if you're just hanging out, like then we're just like watching a movie and like, oh, let's watch another one. I'm like, it was cool hanging out
You're
with
reached
you.
your time limit
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Because usually the time that I do have available is on the weekends,
Yeah.
and I have very little alone time because I'm around. Most of my clients are female, so they're pretty energy draining.
Yeah.
Um,
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's true.
Because we're emotional?
Yes.
Uh,
And then I get
why?
emotional.
Do your like clients talk about like their dating lives and their relationships, and you're like, "Fuck, this
They
is
talk
draining."
about everything. It's
Yeah.
just not about working out. They
Yeah.
talk about their eating habits. I'm like, and I get too invested in people, I think, and I think that's why it's pretty draining on me. Because I want to see them succeed and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So when they tell me they have a cheat day or stuff like that, it's just like breaks my heart.
You can have a cheat day.
But not when they say, James, why am I not losing weight? And then I have to show them the text.
Here, look at this cheat day you had where you're
Look-
stuffing donuts in your face.
Exactly. The worst date. There was this one time. I don't know if I guess it was a date. Like we were about to hook up.
Okay.
And like she was cool. I was about her. Like we met like at one New Year's like Eve party or something way back in the day when I got like a place on the beach. Like one of my friends brought her. So we started hanging out. It's late at night.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking each other's clothes off.
Okay.
She takes her underwear off. Oh, I don't know if I can say this.
Say it.
No.
Now I need to know.
All I have to say is just like that smell threw me off. Like my boner gone. I was just like, I want out of here.
Like you could, like it was that bad,
The
like
stench.
just from taking your underwear off.
Yeah. I don't know if like a lot of female like shave, but from my experiences, a lot of them do.
Mm-hmm.
I full on bush. I was just like, there's nothing.
Is that a turn off?
There's nothing wrong about that.
Yeah.
But I think I'm traumatized from that happening.
You like associated,
Yeah.
like your mind now associates that with the smell type of thing or whatever.
It was bad.
Damn.
I don't know if that was
So what'd you do? Where you're just like, I gotta go.
like.
Look at the time.
I had to go. I just like left.
Did she message you? Like, did she have your number?
She's like, "Is everything okay?" I was just like, "Nah, I'm just going through some things."
You're like, I'm really going through some things right now. I'm having like an existential crisis. I gotta go.
Because I had that happen to me before, and I like told it, like the female what was wrong, and I quickly found out it backfired hard.
Oh yeah.
But she's like, "Come on, tell me what's wrong." Like she was prying at me. I was like, "No, it's okay." And I told, and then they're like, "I hate you." I'm like, just fucking clean yourself.
It's funny, this guy I recently dated told me that he was with this woman for 5 years.
Oh, jeez.
And who knows, well, come to find out he's lied about some other stuff.
Okay.
So who knows if this is really true, but he told me he was with this girl for 5 years. She was perfect, like wife material, basically.
Okay.
But he didn't want to have sex with her because of her scent.
Oh, no.
So he would like try to be like, let me take care, like clean that for you, like, you know. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was like, you stayed for 5 years? No, I think it was a lie. Everything else was a lie. But anyways, so.
Dang.
But that just reminded me of that story because, yeah, I was just like, what? And he, you know, and he was just like, yeah, I just didn't want to have sex with her whatsoever. Like, and I completely understand. Like, that, yeah.
That's a big thing.
I mean, I've one time I remember going down on a guy, the smell, I could not. Mm-mm.
Was he circumcised or uncircumcised?
Circumcised, but I could see with the uncircumcised. Like I know stories from women that have very nightmare stories about uncircumcised men.
He's got to clean your dick,
right? Because that's a special level of cleaning, right?
Yeah.
And like,
it doesn't take because I'm uncircumcised.
You are?
Yeah, but my skin pulls back when I get hard.
I'm like, hold on, wait, what?
So I have foreskin, but like it doesn't show when I'm like hard.
Right, you're about to say, yeah. I was
but
like, that's
all you have to do is when you're in the shower, just pull it back and clean it.
I don't know, yeah. No, this guy was circumcised, and it was just, but it was kind of the same thing. You're just like, oh, I can't move forward with this.
No.
Yeah. Like, oh, my head hurts now.
I remember one of my friends, she's a female, telling me like a guy's jacket was like battery acid when she was like trying to swallow it. She like spit it out all over him. Fucking
battery acid, damn.
He was eating shit. Slim Jims probably.
Yeah. You're like, I have a vegan diet.
That's right. Eat clean.
No battery acid here.
Oh, that's right. It's terrible.
All right, so we got through all the questions. Is there anything else you want women to know about being on dating apps?
I want to know your perspective about it. Like, I know my perspective. Mm-hmm. Like, how are the men acting on yours? Because I've heard stories about, like, either men are too aggressive or maybe they're just, like, want pictures or something like that. Like, how is it on your end? Like, how is the like ratio? Are you getting a lot of likes a day?
I probably get, like, on Hinge, I probably get 4 to 5 likes a day.
Oh, hi. That's good. That's more than me.
But now, are they people... am I liking them back? Probably pretty rarely.
Okay.
Like pretty rarely. But I actually, this recent time, I haven't had too many people that have been inappropriate.
Okay.
I definitely noticed that like men will send a photo of themselves. They obviously want a photo of you, and I get that. Like they want to see, you know what I mean. So I'll send like a normal photo or whatever.
Okay.
But I mean, I definitely see profiles of men that you can just tell they're looking just to hook up, or
Okay.
you know, they don't put any effort into answering questions, just like dot 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 dot, and it's the same photo over
Yeah,
and
yeah.
over again. But I've actually been fairly lucky this recent time that I haven't had too many inappropriate like messages.
How long have you been back on it?
About a month and a half.
How's it been? Any dates?
No.
Is it
And
here,
that's the thing. It's like
is it here in the, like your, what's your radius?
my rate. Okay, you have a 5 mile radius.
I used to have 15.
I have 30.
What?
I would drive
That's too
15
far.
miles. That's like to Carrollwood.
It's just like mostly like when I had my 15 miles, like most of my masters were in St. Pete. But then like it's either the female was just like, oh, you kind of live too far. We're never gonna see each other, or I was just like, I think she's kind of far. Like I'm not gonna be able to see her with my limited time off. So that's why I just reduced it to 5 miles.
I mean, 5 miles, I could throw 5 miles. Like,
Exactly.
that's nothing. I feel like you're limiting
Yeah.
your 5 miles, and Carrollwood is very small. So,
Maybe I'll go 9 miles.
to go 10, round up to 10.
We'll see. 30 miles. I used to have 30 miles. You know how Hinge has like the it has a feature where you could just like, it doesn't have to be the mileage that you're at. It could be
No, I
just
didn't know that.
whatever interests they send. Usually people that have your similar interests, they send it to
Oh,
you.
I didn't know you could do that.
So back then when I first got it, they were sending me a lot of females from Orlando. I'm like,
I
damn,
see a
you're
lot
awesome.
of people from Orlando, yeah.
I wonder if you have that thing checked or not. But there's a like, if you go to settings, there's a thing like
Yeah,
if they have to be in the radius or not. But yeah, I was meeting a lot of like quality females that we had a lot in common, and then they're attractive, but they're in Orlando. I was like, they're like, do you ever come to Orlando? I was like, not really. So
Yeah, no, Orlando is too far.
Yeah.
That's too far. I wouldn't. I think the thing is, I have my distance on there, but I don't have it. No, I don't think distance is a deal breaker on Hinge.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It says.
I think that might be why they will send me, like, once I go through all of my, like, I X a lot too.
Yeah.
Like, I rarely like a lot of people. So, but I'm the, okay, I'm physically attracted to you. Now what do you have to say?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And you'll have men who are very
I feel like
sexually aggressive just even in their answers on their profile. And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good. Like, it's not
Dude,
gonna work
is
out.
there a lot of that?
Yeah. I'll let you see my app when,
Okay.
because I'm always curious to see, like, my friend and I were talking, I was like, I want to see my competition on these dating apps. Like, who am I up against? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? So, all right, anything?
There's a question I was gonna ask. What are your thoughts about messaging first?
I don't mind messaging first. Like, Bumble, I'm on Bumble.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
all about messaging first, and I actually talked about it in my last episode. Like, if somebody mentions something that they like, I try to, when I message, I don't just say, hey.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be like, hey, James, I see you're really into art. You know what I mean? Or something
Mhm.
like that. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, I try to connect at some level.
Okay.
But not everybody gives you that level
Yeah.
of answer, so you don't really have much to go off of. So I'd be like, hey, James, like, how's your weekend going? You have anything
Okay.
fun planned? Like, I try to at least be engaging.
Yeah, that's a question.
Yeah, but I don't mind messaging first.
How often do you?
Do I message?
Yeah, message first. Oh, you're on Bumble, I guess. You have to.
Well, on Bumble, right. And then on Hinge. So if a guy likes me and I like him back, I kind of expect him to message me.
Okay.
If I now matched with you
Yeah.
and I make it their turn, I kind of want to be like, okay, you
Okay.
liked me, so you know, now if it's the other way around, I like them and then they like me back. I
Yeah.
feel like then it's my duty to be like,
Yeah,
hey.
got you.
So
I feel
I'm
that.
fair game. I don't expect,
I feel that.
equality.
I feel on my end, I don't know if it's a guy's like point of view, but I usually message first.
Okay.
But if a female messages first, I feel like there's a little more engagement there, that we talk longer, and that it's just not like, hey, or
Gotcha.
like, how's your weekend going? It's just like more in depth.
hmm
So I don't know. If you're female and you like a guy, try to maybe engage in the
So
conversation.
that wouldn't scare a male away. Like, hey,
No.
yeah.
Because I feel like it just leads to like a longer conversation, and if maybe they lead to like, let's share our Instagrams and our Snapchats.
So how long will you talk to a girl before you ask her out on a date? You're attracted to her, you like her, you're talking.
I think it depends on what our plans are for the weekends,
Yeah.
and then we just like set something up. I mean, we're kind of fresh into this new year. Well, not too much.
Yeah,
We're in our
right.
4th month.
Yeah. But we had the pandemic too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of like halted a lot of stuff,
Right.
and then a lot of people are still scared of the pandemic.
Yeah. No, that's true.
So
Agreed.
I don't know if we like click, and then I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? And then I usually get to run around and say maybe this day, but then sometimes I'm busy, and then we get to both run around.
Yeah. Trying
So
to,
it's hard.
Yeah. No, it for sure is people's schedules and stuff. But I feel like if you really want to meet somebody, you'll figure it out.
For sure.
Like, all right, cool. I didn't have any more questions. You good?
Is there anything else I can ask? I was like,
I was about to say you have you can get the girls' perspective.
What's a big no for you on the dating app?
So
Either like
I was
say you're
thinking
messaging.
about this the other day.
Say that you're messaging each
Yeah.
other and you guys are talking, and they say something, and you're like, nope.
Usually, if it's something sexual,
Okay.
overtly sexual.
Okay.
Flirty is fine,
Okay.
but you know, on the last dating app, I mean, I had a guy who was like, "So when are we gonna fuck?"
Oh shit.
Like straight out of the gate, you know,
Nice.
kind of thing. Like that's no, bueno.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then, and then there's more like covert, kind of. You can tell like, okay, this person's really just looking to like hook up, kind of thing, and that's not what I'm looking for. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna like engage, you know. And that's what you're looking for, cool. But like,
So what are you looking for?
I definitely want to be in a relationship.
Okay.
I'm like, I've been single for 5 years now. I mean, I've dated a lot,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm ready for that next stage in my life. Like, and that's the thing is that I feel like, here's the thing with men. It's like, just because a woman says, like, I'm looking for a relationship, doesn't mean I'm looking for one with you. I don't know
Exactly.
you.
Yeah.
So I feel like some men get scared, like, oh, she's going to get serious. Like, bitch, I don't know you. Like, I haven't even met you yet. I'm just telling you what I want long term.
Yeah.
Do I want to be with somebody who complements my life and I can spend my life with and have kids with? Absolutely.
Nice.
But does that mean it's going to be the person I'm talking to right now? I have
Yeah.
no idea because I don't know you. You know what I mean? But I feel like men take it the wrong way. Like,
I got you.
would you take that the wrong way? Some girl was like, yeah,
No.
I want to get married and have kids.
No. Do you want to have kids?
That's
I'm
a deal breaker for me.
Is it?
I won't date somebody who doesn't want to have kids.
Okay, I'm gonna flip that.
Okay.
What if there's a guy that has a kid already? Do you match or no?
Yeah, I don't mind if they have kids. I feel like this day and age, at our age, most people are gonna have kids. I mean, I'm a
There's
little
so
older.
many.
I'm a little older than you. So,
What are you?
37.
I didn't know.
Hi, my name's
She-
Megan.
she
Have we
looks
met?
great.
I like redheads, and she is well endowed. So,
Yeah.
what's your name? So,
Age doesn't really matter. I'm on a 10
No.
bracket
age does not dictate maturity. I can tell you that.
for sure. What's the youngest?
The youngest I would go?
Yeah.
I have my profile 30,
Okay. What's the oldest?
47.
Ooh. I'm on the 10-10. So,
Okay, so-
youngest I would go is 23.
Okay.
Oldest I would go is 43.
Okay.
So
That's fair. Okay. Kind of me. Well, I got 7 and 10.
Yeah.
So, just because I feel like anybody before the age of 30 is not,
I got you.
it's kind of probably not on my same page. Not necessarily.
I can see the female,
you know.
like mature male, you know, with that. You don't
Yeah.
want to get 20-year-old.
But I feel like this day and age, so many people have kids.
So
like,
many.
if that's going to be a deal breaker, if they have a kid, then, you know, you're also limiting.
See, that's another thing with me with dating apps. There's so many females. I'm not gonna knock on you that you have a kid or not, but there's so many that do. It's
Yeah.
very rare that you meet a female that doesn't have a kid.
Right.
I'm okay with 1.
Yeah.
2, that's a deal breaker.
Really? Why?
I went on a date. I guess this could be considered. I went on a date recently. Well, like late last year. If you have a kid and you're cool with your baby daddy and you guys don't your space, that's awesome. But if he's up your ass all the time, count me out. Because we were at the end of the date
Okay.
and he was calling her constantly,
Oh, that's weird.
like 3 or
No,
4
that's
times,
what-
while we were
that's-
just hanging out on the couch.
That's strange.
And I was just like, it's probably the last time we're gonna hang out.
Yeah, that's a red flag. There's
Yeah.
something going on. Like, that person's not just your baby daddy. Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
still in your life.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
in some romantic way or something.
Yeah.
That's weird. I get you.
She was younger too. She was about 24. So I'm like, had like a 1-year-old kid.
Yeah.
2-year-old kid is just like, yeah, I'm not gonna hang out with you. She's like, I'm sorry. And like went over to her room and like had to talk on the phone. I was just like, probably last time I see you.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, having as long as they want more kids, it doesn't bother me. Now if they were like, I have 4 kids and
Is there a limit that's a no? What if they? Okay, here's a question.
like, oh.
What if they have kids with multiple wives or multiple women?
The last guy I dated had kids with multiple women.
Oh.
2 kids with 2 different women.
How's your feeling on that?
I was okay with it. He had them very far apart. He had a 22-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter.
Wait, how old was he?
43.
Oh my god.
That's why I say age doesn't dictate maturity.
Dang.
Sing. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But in hindsight, I wish it would have been. So I would have saved myself from. No, I kid, because everybody you meet teaches you a lesson.
That's true.
You know, right?
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you, James,
Thank
for
you for having
joining and being honest. I appreciate it. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. If you're listening on the podcast, make sure to rate it and share. You can always email us your stories at femfables@gmail.com. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.
Have a good one.